The business community in Guyana questions the benefits of the country's relationship with CARICOM. And in sport, West Indies emerging players climbed to the top of the table in Group B of the Regional Super 50. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean Intent for Thursday, November 14th, 2019. I'll be back with the details after a break.
A lot of kids today who are acting out because they don't have the professor or someone who's focused enough or involved enough with that individual to say, you know what? You have something. I'm going to help you discover it.
Yeah, I used to be a school principal of Ross Elementary School in D.C. and assistant principal of Tapman Elementary School. So I saw firsthand how kids can get discounted very early on in life. And I think that moment when a child is discounted, whether it's a teacher or whether it's a parent.
Pissed off, woo! Diamond dancing, yeah, they grip walk. Ain't no lame brain and running game with the slick talk. Cut you off like a electrical company.
Feeling for your touch, not your love online. Give me something realistic.
I can move in a room full of vultures, boy. Yeah, my body different. I'm a shooter, but I snipe though. Her body.
The business community in Guyana is calling for a review of the country's relationship with CARICOM. Senior Vice President of the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Timothy Tucker, told a news conference that Guyana, where the CARICOM Secretary is headquartered, has been shortchanged in its trade with regional neighbors.
At this point in time, from a trade and investment standpoint, right, we do not see the relevancy of CARICOM. It's helping us as a growing nation, but I'm not at the position to say to you, we should exit CARICOM.
The GCCI is unhappy with inroads by Trinidad and Tobago to capitalize on the local market as Guyana prepares to reap significant gains from oil and gas. President of the Chamber, Nicholas Boyer, says more should be done to protect the local businesses.
For us to have a national resource be exploited and not have the regulatory architecture in place, especially a local content policy, it really speaks to I guess it's really a failure on our part.
In other news now, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is fully supporting legislative amendments that would deny bail for the 120 days to anyone found trafficking firearms or in possession of prohibited weapons. At the weekly police press conference yesterday, the TTPS's Director of Legal Services, Christian Chandler, said the bail amendment number 2 bill is necessary to address illegal possession of high-powered weapons like AR-15 assault rifle, grenade, and rocket launchers.
We are advocating for the amendment of the legislation. And let me say from the outset that there is, in fact, a war on crime. Our society is dynamic and ever-changing. And as such, because it is so amorphous, our laws have to change to reflect the circumstances within our society.
In the proposed amendment, bail will be denied for 120 days to anyone found in possession of illegal weapons.
Because some may say, well, it is a form of punishment to have someone incarcerated for a period of 120 days and they have not been found guilty of an offense as yet. But we must look at what is the purpose. The purpose is to act as a deterrent for the recidivists, those who would commit these offenses and come back and commit the same offenses again.
Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith said on a recent trip to the International Association's Chiefs of Police, the chiefs could not understand why this country would try to justify the bail denial.
They just could not believe that a country could try to justify someone held with an assault rifle, something that can kill hundreds of persons, that we are trying to justify the right of a criminal over the rights of law-abiding citizens to live.
And that report from Mahalia Joseph Wharton of TTT News. Former Governor of the Bank of Jamaica, Brian Winter, wants the country to look at the bigger picture as concerns linger over the decline of the island's dollar. The Bank of Jamaica was forced to intervene in the last 2 days to calm fears over the foreign exchange market. It sold a total of $70 million to authorized dealers and cambios. The move followed weeks of concerns over the local currency losing value to the US dollar.
I urge people to not necessarily look at the voices that are loudest, but try to step back a little bit and look at it as objectively as possible. That can be difficult, and therefore, again, investment advisors, foreign exchange advisors, the experts, private sector experts, we need to talk to them more and listen to what they're saying and weigh. And I think we'll find that Jamaica can manage those things just as well as a Jamaican businessman in Canada can manage the Canadian-US dollar exchange rate, which is just as big a deal there as it is here.
And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next.
We're discussing her book, and it's entitled
Dangerous Intentions, Mouthful of Lies by Q Alexander.
By Q Alexander. Listen, this could be a Lifetime movie or a movie at
Oh, yeah. I am working on that. This is going to turn into a movie.
Definitely. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. So why is it that you felt that it's necessary for you to talk about this?
As I said, it's a healing process, and I think, and I read a little bit about it in here, where sometimes people go crazy.
Crack 4 large eggs into a small bowl and thoroughly beat them together with a fork. Set that aside, then finely chop about 1/4 cup of green onion, and I do like to chop a little extra to use as garnish for later. You'll need 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Trim off the excess fat, then dice into small, bite-sized pieces. I love chicken thighs because they add a lot of flavor.
Welcome back. It's now time for sport. Justin Graves struck his second half century of the regional Super 50 Cup as West Indies' emerging players stunned the previously unbeaten host Trinidad and Tobago Red Force by 10 runs late yesterday to storm to the top of Group B. Hunting their third straight win, Red Force started well when they opted to bowl first and then got the wicket of Gordon Pope for a first ball duck with 4 runs on the board in the second over. However, several key partnerships allowed emerging players to quickly regain their balance. Kimani Melius and Joshua De Silva started the revival by adding 67 for the second wicket, and when they perished in the space of just 13 balls with just 11 runs added, Graves and Yannick Correa arrived to dominate. Off spinner John Ross Jagasa claimed 3 for 39, while fast bowlers Anderson Phillip, who took 2 for 39, Odin Smith, and captured 2 for 40, along with leg spinner Imran Khan, who ended with figures of 2 for 40, and they all supported in that bowling effort. And a half century by opening batsman Evan Lewis helped West Indies put on a modest total on the first 320 international against Afghanistan sent in at the Ikanas Cricket Stadium in Lucknow, India. The Windies posted 164 for 5 with Lewis's knock of 68 off 41 deliveries. Captain Karen Pollard also contributed at the bat with 32 off 22 deliveries, while middle order batsman Shimran Hetmaya and Dinesh Ramdin chipped in with 20 runs each. No other batsman produced double digits as opener Brandon King was dismissed on 4. Sherfin Rutherford only managed 9 runs, while Fabian Allen remained unbeaten on 5. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Until then, good afternoon.